So here I've placed the silk leaves and flowers into the book, and I'm pressing them and getting them ready for next time. So last time we were practicing sketching our forms. I've had you make some in ink, and today we're going to make some using the pencil again, but this time we're not going to use the ruler. So here is a shortcut to having to do all of those measurements. You are just going to draw a vertical line. It can be wobbly. There you go. And we are going to bisect it. That means find the middle point, put a little mark there. Then we are going to find the middle point in this segment and roughly a middle point in this segment. Now this we're just eyeballing, it doesn't have to be perfect. And now we're going to find the midpoint in this, and this one, and this one, and this one. We're going to add just a half of one of those little segments down here. That's essentially the same thing as this grid, but we eyeballed it. And it can speed up the whole process for us. And once again, we're going to draw our oval. Now with the oval, if you can picture the shape of an egg. So it's a little bit wider on the top and a little pointier towards the chin here, okay? We're going to go ahead and find our shoulders, which is about 1 1/4 down from the chin. Notice how I don't have that grid anymore because after doing all of these practice ones, I kind of got the idea. This is going to be the waist. This is going to be the hips. This is going to be my knees, and this is going to be the ankle, and the leftover is for the foot. Now, I want to start playing with angles so that our girls have more interesting poses where they're kind of slouching and leaning, and we're going to do that by drawing slightly slanted lines to indicate the direction. So here I have straight shoulders, but what if I did a little lean like that on her shoulders? Nothing too dramatic though, okay? And as soon as I establish the angle of this, I'm going to do the reverse, the opposite angle on the waist and the hips. Like that. And now she's already getting attitude. So now we're going to connect these lines. And I want to make sure that her legs, if one leg is going to come out, the other one has to come in into this midpoint, because otherwise she won't be centered and she'll look like she's leaning. So I'm going to go ahead and put this leg straight. Then this leg can come out. Now she's got a great pose going. Here's her ankle, roughly the same spot. And now we can make that triangular looking foot, sure that this foot is also straight down like that. So it's kind of turning in like that. And then again, you're going to have your little circles here for the shoulders. You're going to make that connection like that and the connection like that. There you go. That's the bent arm. This arm can just kind of follow the contour gently like this and stop right there. Remember how the elbows are roughly along the line of your waist. Now we can also make a girl whose legs are coming together. That means one leg is in front of the other. Way across. See how I'm curving her calf? And this leg is going to come behind it. It's going to disappear back here somewhere. And that means that her front leg is forward and she's walking and that leg is behind it. So now we're playing with more natural looking poses so that they're not as stiff looking, like this one, for example. And we're going to leave these in pencil. So go ahead and make maybe 2 or 3 pages of these forms with different poses in pencil, and then we'll move on to dressing them. A straight neckline like this, which is a boat neck, maybe a V-neck or something that crosses over like that. You can just do kind of a scoop neck. It's just a big old round neck like that. You can start messing around with different necklines and different hems. You can do a short dress, so basically have a dress that comes down to here. You can make long dresses. This is a form-fitting dress, but you can definitely bell out the skirt and create maybe a long gown like that. Whatever ultimately you decide on, obviously with this configuration, you're not going to see her legs. So I'm going to erase this part. Okay, so I sketched a very simple boat neck top and this big skirt that kind of balloons out like this. And notice I'm not just doing a straight line, I'm giving it a slight little curve right here. And now from here, I'm going to create a few little tiny little lines, and I'm going to start putting in some pleats. And notice how these pleats radiate out from the waist so that the front is almost straight, but the outer pleats are starting to mimic the outer outline. Okay, this girl, Sally, and she has a cute little mini dress on, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw some really fun flower shapes on her. You can trace her completely with your black pen, your ink pen, and then color her in any way you like. So the principle of the pinch and fold technique is that you'll have your little rectangle, maybe 4 by 6 or 6 by 6. And all you're going to do is you're going to go with your fingers on the outside points and drag it all in together like this. Here's a rubber band. And we can cinch it together. The important thing is that the top part of this little handkerchief is going to be the bodice, this part. So we don't want it too long. We want to make sure that it's about the right height like this. Trim the dress to the length we want. We don't have to stick with this length. We can make it shorter, we can make it longer. It's up to you. And also we can trim the neckline. It's a much straighter looking neckline. You can also cut in a little V this way and a little notch like that. Trimming the bottom here into a more attractive looking slight curve instead of a straight line. And then all we have to do is figure out what to do with that rubber band. A piece of cloth that matches and just wrap it around and glue it. So that's dress number 1. Okay, the next dress will be the colorful pattern paper, and going to create a very, very, very thin folds. I didn't have a very straight edge there, but that's okay. And just like accordion fold this whole piece of paper all the way across. 1/4 folding it one way and the other way. Okay. So you're going to have something like this. And now, once again, we're going to pinch it roughly to the height of her bodice, like this, right there. And now I'm going to spread out this little fan and spread out this little fan. Okay. Make sure that it spreads out your little fan. So that's the pinch and fold. Now, I've done this in the past where I actually put my thumb on the little ridge right here and smash it down a little bit like that. And it kind of stops it from spreading out. There you go. And that's another little dress. This is the tissue paper dress, and tissue paper is the easiest to work with because it really folds easily. And you can smash it into any shape. And what I've done is I layered 3 pieces, also they're roughly 6 by 6, into analogous colors. That's like this. And I'm just going to start gathering it all. It gets a little messy to create a little fan like this. Like that, press it in the middle. You can make little adjustments. Just press it down. And voila, you got a really cute dress. And you can simply come in and cut your blue darker color short like this to expose the color underneath. You can also come in from the side and just create these fun little cutouts into something like that. Neat, and you can just continue with these layers. Oops. Just sort of have fun with it. You see, now you have all these beautiful layers. And again, once you kind of place this dress against one of your gals, you can decide if you need to trim back the top or the bottom. Back some of this turquoise though. There we go. Get it down to size. And that's another dress. And you can cinch the waist as small as you want. You can use stickers and the belt. You can use maybe a coordinating ribbon or fabric to cinch the waist. Whichever way you decide, it's going to look great. Typically, this is the thing you use to clean your phone and computer screen. Okay, now I love this because it's the perfect size. It's got a pretty little edge on the sides and it looks like silk. So I'm going to pinch it in the middle like this. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that what I have is what we call the handkerchief hem. That means it has ups and downs and layers. So this is the handkerchief hem right here. And I'm going to squish it together. And again, my bodice size is going to be roughly there. And this is going to be a short dress. Okay, so here I have my dress. The top of the dress, I'm going to spread it out like that. You create a cute little bodice like that with pleats and everything. Now again, with the belt and the sash, you can cover that with virtually anything.